Okay, so moving slightly from the niche markets that you guys do, I'd like to talk, if it's okay with you, about kind of the infrastructure of SEIB, because you guys are owned by Ecclesiastical. And can you talk to me a little bit about any challenges that might bring with it? And I'm thinking specifically AXA's creation of Bluefin and the raised eyebrows that happen there, and just that possible conflict. How do you guys manage it?
Okay, interesting you say AXA and Bluefin. I was at AXA at the time when Bluefin was happening around us, and yeah, it did raise an awful lot of eyebrows, and there were an awful lot of challenges both internal and in the market. Actually, the perception, because it was obviously one of the early ones, and I think it did cause a bit of a storm. I think it's a bit more normal now. I think, you know, from a market perspective, it's not seen as such an issue. I think, you know, from my perspective, I've got to say, I've been heartened by the relationship that we have with Ecclesiastical. So our management team, following the buyout, stayed on. So the directors are still exactly the same as before, albeit a couple of guys from Ecclesiastical obviously sit on our board. But it's SEIB led business still, and all the brokers, the three key brokers and the brokers that sit underneath those, that belong to the Ecclesiastical broking family, either wholly or part, are exactly the same. We've got really strong management teams in place. You know, very, very successful individuals and groups of people that have created phenomenal businesses, very, very profitable businesses. And we do turn an awful lot of profit for Ecclesiastical, an underwriter that, you know, in this market obviously have their own challenges to deal with. So there's a real sort of hands off in terms of how things are generally managed between the two businesses. But the right kind of support when we need it as well. So we don't report in through to the insurance business. Obviously, we report through to a separate part of the business. There's some clear walls and definition between those. We have a good relationship with Ecclesiastical as an insurer partner, but it's by no means our biggest insurer partner. It's just somebody that we use for some of the specialist areas that we happen to trade in, but they don't fit most of the niches that we deal with. So yeah, I'd say it's a good, solid relationship. It's as hands off as I think we as an entrepreneurial business need it to be, but it's as hands-on as we also need it to be when it comes to things like looking at broader investments in technology and those kind of areas. That why would we do that on our own when there's three brokers within the group that between us control, you know, a couple $100 million of premium? Why would we not do those kind of things collectively? So it's that really nice balance and sense between the two, I think.